Statesboro, Derwin Burgess Jr. can do more. It's become expected of the wide receiver. He showed flashes of true freshman last season for Georgia Southern, historically not a showcase for receivers, who were blockers first in the run-heavy offensive schemes since the modern football era's highly successful rebirth at the university in the 1980s. Burgess caught 5 passes for 134 yards, including a 46-yard touchdown and a 38-30 win at Texas State on Nov 13, 2021. It was a breakout performance that would not be duplicated last season. He totaled 17 receptions for 311 yards and that TD in 11 games, including 3 starts. It's a new era in Statesboro in 2022 under the regime of head coach Clay Helton and offensive coordinator Bryan Ellis. The Eagles, 2-0, are throwing the ball like no GS team in history and are ranked near the top of the nation's FBS programs in total offense, second, 573 yards per game, passing offense, fourth, 388 average, pass attempts, second, 51 average, and scoring, fifth, 52 points a game, while 50th in rushing offense, 185-yard average. Eat up, patience, and a healthy appetite pay off for Georgia Southern defensive lineman Trevon Locke Commentary. Upset at Nebraska helps build back Georgia Southern football. One win at a time. Burgess has started both games and has 16 catches for 152 yards. Maybe you saw him stretching out for a one-handed grab on a 12-yard touchdown catch on ESPN SportsCenter's top plays after the 59-0 season opening victory over Morgan State on September 3rd. Maybe you saw Burgess on national cable television pull in a team record 12 catches for 119 yards in a 45-42 upset of 3-touchdown favorite Nebraska on Saturday night. We know Kyle Vantrease saw him. The quarterback targeted Burgess on 23 of a school record tying 56 attempts and totaling 37 completions and 406 yards passing, both second best marks at GS, and 642 yards of team offense. To have a quarterback like Kyle is very rare, said Burgess, a 5'11", 185-pound sophomore from Riverdale. For him to be a veteran, and for me to see the things he sees, it's really boosted my game to the next level. It gives me confidence because he has confidence in me to make the plays I make. Vantrease is new to the team, a 6th-year player and former 3-year starter at the University of Buffalo who transferred to GS in January. For his performance at Nebraska, Vantrease was selected the Walter Camp Football Foundation's FBS National Offensive Player of the Week and the Sun Belt Conference's Offensive Player of the Week. Burgess was new to Helton when he was hired in November 2021 and began building his staff by January. They saw in Burgess through the spring and fall camps what they suspected and now expect. He makes big plays, especially in big games like against Nebraska, which became the second Power 5 conference team to lose to Georgia Southern after host Florida in 2013 in its history. Helton said Burgess expects that of himself. I think he set the tone for the entire week because each and every one of our players and staff expected to go into that venue and win that football game, Helton said Monday. The way he played with that confidence and that chip on his shoulder like we all have as staff, as players, he led the way in practice. Burgess has a professional mindset in practice. You can't tell the difference between him in practice and him in a game, Helton said. It's the same tempo and that rubs off to other players. Here's a not-so-secret reason Burgess has been so successful in games, particularly getting open in one-on-one defensive coverage. His practices are arguably harder than games. Burgess matchups in single coverage with Georgia Southern cornerback Derrick Canteen, a redshirt junior regarded as an NFL prospect since his freshman All-America season in 2020, are some of best battles in practice on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. It's a one-on-one battle the whole team looks forward to. They put it on the big screen, Canteen said Monday. Canteen, who has returned healthy this fall after missing nearly all of 2021 due to injury, describes their weekly battles as intense and about respect between two competitors that love winning and hate losing, even to a teammate. When game time comes, I can see it in his eyes and he can see it in my eyes that we feel that no one on that field can match what happens in practice, Canteen said. It gives us both that supreme confidence that any one-on-one, we like ourselves to win based on how we practice and prepare each week. While it's unclear who is winning the unofficial tally of their battles going back to last spring, they're both winners through the experience. I tell him to give me his best, and I give him my best every chance I get, Burgess said. Burgess also credits his success to receivers coach Marcus Davis, who emphasizes fundamentals like looking the ball all the way into his hands and using his speed and ball tracking skills to advantage. How the Eagles won, takeaways from Georgia Southern's upset of Nebraska on Saturday night season opener. So far, so good for Georgia Southern Eagles in debut for coach, high-flying offense Canteen said Burgess puts in the work on and off the field, and also has the talent that translates to his impact in games. It starts with preparation. He's one of the guys you see in the football operations, building all the time, Canteen said. He's very serious about it. Supreme confidence for Burgess is competitive and detail-oriented. Just give him a little bit of an opening, and he has the edge. He's a guy, you give him an inch, he's going to make the catch, Canteen said. He has supreme confidence in his abilities. The play is just never over. With some guys, you can win at the line of scrimmage, but him, from start to finish, you have to be locked in because he has great ball skills and great body control. Acrobatic catches, like the diving grab against Morgan State, and getting open for critical first downs, like in the offensive battle against Nebraska, have become expected. But Burgess says he and the receivers are able to do more than in the past in the Eagles' new offense. We have way more chances, said Burgess, a 5'11", 185-pound sophomore from Riverdale. I know week in and week out, our receiver room has to make plays. Nathan Dominitz is the sports content editor of the Savannah Morning News and Savannah Now.com.